This may look like it's tomato pasta, but it's not. It was invented by shoemakers in the back alleys of Naples. Most people never heard of it, so let me show you how to make it. So the first thing we're gonna do is go over ingredients, and before someone slaps me through the screen, there's tomatoes. So I have a pound of cherry tomatoes sliced in half. We have pasta, a chili pepper, some garlic, basil, and 2 different cheeses. We have Pecorino and Parmigiano. And some pantry staples, olive oil, and some salt. And that's it. So this pasta dish is really quick. It comes together fast. And the key is really to have all your ingredients prepped. So the only thing I really have to prep still is chop up that chili pepper. So I'm gonna chop up that chili pepper and we'll get started. So this would be a good time to pause the video and cook with me if you want, or you can just watch. But we have our pasta water, it's ready to go, it's boiling. So we're gonna salt the pasta water. Definitely wanna add some salt in here. And we're gonna drop in the pasta. And I'm using like a spaghettone, which is like a thick spaghetti. We'll drop that in. And now really, we have to kind of move fast. So I'm setting a 6-minute timer. This pasta is al dente in 8. So we have our 6-minute timer. We're gonna cook it in the water for 6 minutes, and then we're gonna finish it in the pan for 2. All right, so that's key, finishing the pasta in the pan. So in this pan, we're gonna go in with some olive oil. But really a generous amount of olive oil, so don't be scared. The more the merrier. All right, so while the oil's pretty much cold, we're gonna add in the garlic and the chili pepper, really just to infuse the oil. So you wanna add this into the cold oil. We'll get that in there. And once you smell it, you smell the garlic, you smell the chili pepper, we're gonna add in the tomatoes. And I have a pound of cherry tomatoes, which I already sliced up here. You really wanna just get these in here and like blast them with flavor. And it's funny where, like, there's a couple different stories where they came up with the name of the Shoemakers pasta. So a lot of times people were paid wages with food, and in Naples they were paid with obviously pasta and a lot of cheeses. So that's one story, you know, it came from that. Another story is they would use leftovers on Sundays and then make this pasta on Monday. So there's a lot of different stories, but you know, they call it a shoemaker's pasta because it's technically like an easy way of doing something that's like a reference to like shoemakers. But you know, I feel like today, if you're a shoemaker, you're like praised for being a shoemaker. You know, there's not too many shoemakers. Like, I mean, I would think being a shoemaker today is actually like really good, right? What do you think? I would. It's looking good. Check out the pasta. Still got another 2 minutes in here. And if you come in here, you can really see like that fiery flavor in here. The oil really picked up the color from the tomatoes and the chili pepper. Move that over a little bit. You can see the color that you have in the oil in here. And we're actually going to remove the garlic because they pretty much did their job. Obviously, if you like garlic, you could leave it in. So these tomatoes are like reaching the point of really perfection here. They're starting to fall apart. You can see that we're creating a nice sauce in this pan. And our pasta is almost ready. So we got like another minute. All right, so the pasta's ready. So now we're gonna bring it together. And we're gonna let it finish cooking in here. And we're gonna add in a little bit of pasta water just to help it cook. This will also add to the creamy sauce. We'll mix this up. And like I said, we're gonna let the pasta finish cooking in here. It needs about another minute. And at the same time, the pasta is really gonna absorb all the flavor that's in here. We'll give this a little tossy toss. And it's funny, this pan, I actually got this pan on my, a few years ago in Italy. We bought it while we were out, you know, being tourists. And I was walking around all day with this huge pan. My wife probably wanted to kill me, but it's worth it. So it looks like we need a little more pasta water in here. Could always add more, but you can't take it out. So it's gonna be really good. And you wanna have this in here. You see this here? It's a really thick sauce. You need this for the next step. So make sure that you have this at the bottom of your pan so that the pasta comes out right. So this is the point now where this no longer becomes pasta al pomodoro, it becomes the shoemaker's pasta. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn off the heat. So it's very important to turn off the heat. And And we're gonna start going in with cheeses. And what makes this pasta really unique is that it uses 2 cheeses. We have Parmigiano. You usually don't see that in Italian cooking. It's usually just 1 cheese. So we're gonna go in with a generous amount of Parmigiano. So you just, a lot. The more, the merrier. All right, so that looks pretty good. And we're gonna also go in with some Pecorino. And if you notice, I didn't add any salt to the tomatoes because we're adding so much cheese. This is really salty. So I would skip the salt on the tomatoes. You really don't need it. All right, so that looks pretty good. And it always looks good when you got a mountain of cheese, right? All right, and the last thing we're gonna add in is some fresh basil. And that's it. Now we're gonna mix this up. And it's very important that you have the heat off so that the cheese doesn't get clingy. So we're gonna mix this up and we're gonna create a beautiful sauce in this pan. And this really looks like the colors of Italy in here. And you can see the cheese is doing its magic in here. This looks amazing.
And in Italian, a lot of times when you have a really good sauce, you're always tempted to dip bread at the end. And the little piece of bread is referenced to a shoe. And it looks like a little shoe, a scarpetta. And that's kind of where this pasta dish got its name from too, because the sauce is so good, you're gonna wanna dip some bread in it.
So this looks perfect. We'll get it on a plate. And you can see here that the sauce is actually like a pinkish color. And it's really from all the cheese. It's not red, it's not bright red. And this is really what you want here. You have like a really creamy sauce from all the cheese and the tomatoes. And it's just really good. And we'll put some more on top here, finish off the plate. And if I go back in the pan, I can show you, look how much sauce there still is in the pan in here. I get the fork in there and you can see this is just so good. It's really good. It's crazy, it's not much in here, but it's just so good. And it's just, really, this one's really more about the technique to get you to this, right? You probably think like you could probably just put cheese on top of your pasta and it'll taste like this. It's not gonna taste like this. You're not gonna get this creamy sauce. By mixing the 2 cheeses, the Parmigiano and the Pecorino, it really creates a beautiful flavor in this. And then also finishing cooking the pasta in the pan with the tomatoes and really letting all the flavors really come together. And everything really comes through. You taste the garlic, even though I took the garlic out, you taste the garlic in this, the chili pepper. It's just like it's like a symphony of flavors. And me and my wife make this all the time, especially in the summer. I think it's really like our summer dish because, you know, we always have cheese, we always have the cheeses, we always have tomatoes, pasta. It's just something that we could put together quick and it's like elevated, easy, simple. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, it's great. So just make this pasta, pour yourself like a glass of wine and you're set. And if you like this one, I also have a pasta with chickpeas. It's linked right here. That's another one you probably think it's just pasta and chickpeas, but it's not. So check that one out. It's really good. And let me know how you like my pastas. Don't forget to hit the bell, like, and subscribe.